As I reflect on the story of Christmas, I gravitate to the story of Joseph. You know, being a father and a man, it's easy for me to kind of put myself in his shoes, or at least I always think it's easy. You look at the story of Joseph, and he's a man that was respected in his community, had built a living for himself, and was a part of that community and an upstanding citizen, and followed the rules of the land, so to speak. And all of a sudden his life turns upside down. He's engaged to this woman, and all of a sudden he finds out that she's with child and is going to be having a child. And I can't imagine the difficulty that would have created. Thankfully, there was an angel that came and said to him, hey, this is the will of God. This is what's happening. Because I can't imagine how he would have dealt with that struggle otherwise. Then he goes on to go with her as they travel for their holy days, and she ends up having the baby while they're out on the road. And there's nowhere for them to stay, and so they go and end up in a stable having the baby in a manger. And I think about myself, if I put myself in his shoes that evening as he's looking at that baby laying in that manger, I can't imagine the fear that was probably overcoming him, and the anxiety of the reality of his life and what it was going to mean to raise the Son of God. I can't imagine the inadequacies of feeling this baby's laying in a manger because I've got nothing better for him right now. There's not a bed for him to sleep in. And I compare that to my own life and the struggles that I've gone through. And I'm sure many of you listening to this have gone through struggles where maybe there's struggles that you go through that you deserve the trial you're in, making bad choices that have led to struggles in your life. But then there's those choices that just don't seem to be fair, whether it be an abusive mate, or whether it be an affair in your relationship, or someone leaving. Maybe it's a child that's gone astray. Or maybe it's just simple things that don't seem to make that much sense, like not able to deal with putting clothing on your children, or your finances are just an absolute mess and you don't know what you're going to do to overcome it. And as we go into this Christmas season this year, I just want to challenge you that God is there for you, and that same Christ, that same God that laid in that manger 2,000 years ago is still active and alive today and ready to meet those needs in your life. And I just want to finish with this verse from Romans 15:13. May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit. This is my prayer for you, that as we step into trials, as we move into this next year, and as we have difficulties, that God would give you that power through the gift of his Holy Spirit. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Total Living Network.